this time where there's a lot of confusion on the earth, well, frankly, you're in a time of disruption. And earth cycles always have periods where there's great disruption. And out of that disruption can come new realities, certainly new learnings, if nothing else, new wisdom, and hopefully greater love. So right now, everyone living on the planet is forced to observe this very powerful cycle of disruption that's going on. Now, granted, it is, let's say, more pronounced in some areas than in others. And yet everything is being disrupted. Now, to some extent, this is always part of an age-to-age transition. And indeed, it must be, because people are presenting themselves for their own transformation. We can say the world is transforming, but the world is not separate from the cosmos, nor is it separate from each individual being. And that's true of earthworms as well. Everything is participating in this point of disruption to kind of shake things up, rattle the cages. Indeed, as the Buddha would say, awaken people. Awaken them to see what really is. Now, the disruption isn't real, even though it is really experienced. Remember, if that disruption were real, that's all that could ever be. But because things change, and because one time leads into another, because certain ideas fall away and other ideas are captivated by human consciousness. This is true of technology as well, isn't it? You know, there was a time when building a ship was a great technology. But you've come further than that by now. There was a time when technology for looking at stars really only existed in the eyes and sense organs of people looking at them. Now that's quite different. You have this thing called the Hubble telescope, which is sent way out into the depths of space, taking pictures of the magnificence of this cosmos. And when you look at those beautiful pictures where you see these amorphous but moving fields of colored gas, or when you see the tremendous light, a supernova of a star going out, it does so with a tremendous flash of light that maybe lasts for thousands or even millions of years. How can you not see that as love? For many people, it's maybe easier to see these beautiful nebulae or other items out in the cosmos as obviously they came from love. Of course they came from love. They're so beautiful, they could not have come from elsewhere. But it's a little different when you come to or enter the realm of sentient beings. There's a lot of fighting there, a lot of quarreling, a lot of misunderstanding, and for all appearances, a lack of love. And yet, love is not disturbed by this. It just is, whether humans ever notice it or not. It is. It's not something that was or will be. It has no past, it has no future. It simply is. So perhaps today is a good day to consider these things and ponder them deeply. The miracle of love manifesting in the cosmos with such beauty. Or perhaps manifesting in each person with such beauty. Even if the person through whom it manifests is not aware of its presence at all. It doesn't matter. The love is there and it is intact. And that person, even someone who is on some kind of a rampage, destroying things, perhaps shooting other people, doing these kind of unconscionable things. There is no obvious evidence of that love in these behaviors. And yet that person could not have come forth without the presence of love. And I know it doesn't always make, it's not a straight line, is it? From divine love to the person who is the serial killer. It doesn't look like a very straight line, nor from the serial killer to divine love, because it's not a linear thing. What you see is that serial killers come and go. They are part of the phenomenal realm. But love is anchored in the changeless. Indeed, it is the changeless. And so all of life, particularly if you have a spiritual proclivity, if you have a desire to become awakened and fully enlightened, then you are dealing with kind of back and forth between the changing realm and the realm of the changeless. We call one as divine and we say it's real simply because it doesn't change. Yet it supports all manner of changes. Even looking out in the cosmos, nothing is static, is it? It's a very dynamic field of experiencing. And what humanity can see from this tiny planet is very small compared to what's really there. And yet it has all come from love. The beauty, the truth of it all. Indeed, beauty and truth are really the same thing.